More than 80% of the world's luxury bags are made in China, a staggering statistic that sheds light on the hidden realities of the fashion world. While brands like Hermès, Chanel, and Louis Vuitton portray an image of exclusivity and craftsmanship, the truth is far messier. These iconic labels take nearly finished products from Chinese factories, merely adding a logo and a hefty price tag before selling them at exorbitant rates. Open your eyes to the fact that those Chanel cosmetics you adore? About 80% are produced in China and can cost as little as $5 to make. Yet they charge you 10 to 40 times that amount simply because of the name attached to the packaging. It's not about quality, it's about brand washing. Things have taken a drastic turn for Hermès, as they've recently found themselves embroiled in a scandal that could threaten their pristine reputation. The luxury giant has launched a lawsuit against a group of Chinese manufacturers, accusing them of leaking confidential details about their operations. What was uncovered has sent shockwaves through the industry, raising questions about whether Hermès has been selling more than just handbags. Some observers are even calling it fraudulent, with the brand's immaculate image now appearing decidedly flawed. As Hermès scrambles to manage the fallout, it's evident that the truth behind the so-called luxury craftsmanship is unraveling. Details have emerged revealing that up to 80% of these luxury bags are assembled in China. Everything from the leather work to the stitching, all completed overseas. Once the bags are shipped back to France, Hermès simply adds a few finishing touches and a stamp of authenticity, thereby selling the illusion of French luxury to unsuspecting consumers. Despite attempts at damage control, including a hastily produced video showcasing artisans at a French factory, the effort comes off as desperate. This is where individuals like Tanner Leatherstein step in. Tanner is a leather expert with a cult following for his daring approach to exposing the truth. He buys luxury bags and cuts them open on camera. His investigations have unveiled shocking truths about luxury brands like Chanel, Louis Vuitton, and Bottega Veneta, demonstrating that the leather quality often matches what you'd find in a $100 dupe. For instance, that $14,000 Birkin bag? It reportedly costs around $600 to produce with high-quality materials. Tanner has spent over $100,000 of his own money scrutinizing these bags, revealing that the disparities in price arise from branding rather than exceptional craftsmanship. Now, imagine Hermès watching as their house of cards begins to fall apart, realizing that the very manufacturers they've relied on for decades are blowing the whistle on their operations. They revealed that Hermès slap a French tag on bags that are predominantly produced in China. In a panic, Hermès has retaliated, filing lawsuits against these manufacturers for intellectual property misuse and defamation, an act that illustrates how unwilling they are to confront the truth. Furthermore, even with reported revenues of $15.2 billion in 2024, questions linger about the feasibility of their production practices. If it really takes 2 whole days to handcraft a single Birkin bag, where do all the excess bags come from? The math isn't adding up, and they aren't the only luxury brand relying on deceptive practices. From Prada to Louis Vuitton, many are in on the ruse, creating bags in China and slapping on a label of "Made in Italy." This marketing strategy has misled consumers into believing that European labels inherently denote superior quality. For years, the public has accepted this narrative, only to discover that the real heavy lifting is done in places like Guangdong, China, where factories like Satan Handbag produce up to 80% of global luxury handbags. As this information becomes more widely known, the luxury resale market is feeling the heat. Prices are plummeting as buyers awaken to the fact that they've been shelling out thousands for bags produced on the same assembly lines as much cheaper dupes. Some investigations have revealed that bags advertised as high-end leather were actually made from cheaper coated materials. In the age of social media, the perception versus reality divide continues to widen. Celebrities and influencers are instrumental in perpetuating the high-end lifestyle illusion, often flaunting designer bags without ever paying full price. Brands frequently gift these items to stars to create hype, leading consumers to believe that owning a piece of luxury is synonymous with status. Yet when faced with the question of whether luxury brands truly provide quality, one must wonder what consumers are really buying: an impeccable craftsmanship or an illusion crafted by savvy marketing. The stereotype that "made in China" means inferior quality is a myth, as China produces some of the finest leather goods today, backed by advanced technology and skilled artisans. Insiders reveal the existence of factory extras, bags made under identical conditions as luxury items, but lacking the elite branding. Instances abound of individuals purchasing authentic UGG boots without the logo for a fraction of the retail price, underscoring the blurred lines between real and fake luxury. Branding has skillfully perpetuated the narrative of Europe equating to luxury in China as synonymous with cheap goods. Yet the reality often points to the same products with different price tags. It's a clever PR game that hinges on perception rather than quality. Essentially, the luxury market is selling an overpriced fantasy. As the narrative unfolds, luxury brands like Hermès may find themselves in a battle not just for reputation, but for survival. If consumers discover where these coveted bags truly come from, the entire luxury industry could be challenged. The illusion of exclusivity could vanish, thrusting brands like Louis Vuitton, Chanel, and Prada into uncertain territory. While Hermès attempts to assert its dominance through legal measures and retaliations, the clock is ticking. Information spreads rapidly, and it may be too late to censor or control the narrative once the truth is out. As you navigate the landscape of luxury fashion, consider this. Are you still willing to pay $20,000 for a bag made under conditions that mirror your package from Amazon? It's time to reflect and ask whether the allure of luxury still holds its value. Are celebrities doing the industry a disservice, and are luxury brands even worth the price of admission anymore? The conversation about authenticity versus branding has never been more relevant, and as consumers, we hold the power to reshape this narrative.